graduation ceremony we have been doing since Mrs. Poston, Mrs. Adams, and Mr. Olson graduated. They came in a different venue, walked in the same way, to the same music, walked out the same way. We have a basic Baymonte way of doing things. However, this year we're going to try something new, and I think that you're going to enjoy it. We have a video presentation for the students from their former and current students. So we hope you enjoy this.
I'm Mrs. Kitch. I'm Mrs. Toya, and we were your kindergarten teachers. And we're supposed to share a favorite memory, or maybe the most memorable memory. And I racked my brains, it's been a while. And it has to do with break dancing. And those of you who are in my class probably remember, I guess we just started talking. I don't know how it got brought up, but it was mentioned that my husband, Mr. Kitch, could break dance. And he begged and begged and begged for him to come. And he worked over at Orland, so I arranged it, and he came in, and we all sat in a circle, we played the music, and he was popping and on the floor spinning, and I was so excited. I thought you guys would just love it, and clap and cheer, and when he was finished, you could hear a pin drop. And everyone was just kind of open mouth staring at him. And left, and we went on with our day, and then the parents later came and told me that you guys couldn't stop talking about it. So, our class for the full education, reading, math, art, and music.
I have lots of good memories about this class. One thing that stands out to me is that I remember the kids, especially the boys, love the pattern blocks. And so every day at choice time, they would make these really intricate designs for pattern blocks. And that was kind of outstanding to me. And another thing was, I think they were very creative, and probably are still creative and mathematical. Another thing is, I always read this book called Hello, Red Fox, and it's a great Eric Carle book, and this was the only class that actually loved this book so much that they created their own version of this book. No other class has done that. So again, I think they're a very creative class. Another thing I want to say too is that there's nothing like a Baymonte parent. And the parents of this class were awesome. I still have the bench with all your handmade tiles. You made me a garden bench, even though it's all weathered, I don't have the heart to throw it away because it was so sweet. And it was a big year for me. That is the year I learned that my principal can fight tigers. And there was an awesome boy in that class I'll never forget, and I just am so grateful for God's protection over that year. And the last thing I want to say is, even though you are now completed 9 years of schooling, remember, everything you ever really needed to learn, you learned in kindergarten.
My name is Katie Jesse, and I was a first grade teacher for some of you graduating right now. I am so proud of you guys. I remember your class as being so much fun, with so much energy and talent, and I just remember there was going to be amazing things happening with you guys in your future. I was thinking when you guys graduated, there might possibly be a comedian coming out of the group. Maybe someone who plays for the Sharks team, because I remember there was a lot of future hockey players in that class. Or so maybe possibly a politician. But either way, I know God has some amazing things planned for your lives, and I'm so excited to see how they unfold. Have a great day.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Poston, and I was one of your first grade teachers. The thing that I remember most about you as a class was your compassion for each other. You really loved each other, and you had a special bond with one another, and I really enjoyed that. I hope that you take that into high school with you, and that you really enjoy your new adventures together. Congratulations.
I'm Mrs. Stowe.
And I'm Mrs. Wilcox.
And we were the teachers for the second grade class this year.
And this is what I remember about this particular class. Of course, we had Wacky Wednesday, and during Wacky Wednesday, we always did a science experiment. And quite often, the science experiments would go awry. And And what was neat about this class is they always wanted to know why. Why didn't that work? And sometimes I had the answers and sometimes I didn't, but they were very inquisitive.
And what I remember about this class is that after our rainforest unit, we took a field trip to the Rainforest Cafe in San Francisco. And we had a great tour of the rainforest and learned about the endangered animals and everything. And then at the end we had lunch there. And one of the dads surprised the class by bringing out 4 volcano desserts that the waitresses brought out with sparklers flying and everything. And the kids' eyes got so big and they were just so excited and they just dove into those volcanoes and ate as much as they could, but they couldn't quite finish them. And that's what I remember about this class.
For third grade class, this is Miss Rosado, and I wanted to say hello and congratulations on graduating 8th grade. You were my first class ever, and I will always remember you. Some of my favorite memories are that come right to my mind are our St. Patrick's Day play, where we wrote a poem on a shamrock and we sang songs. And I remember that the play almost didn't happen. There were some minor glitches. Thankfully, the show did go on and we had a great time, but it did seem to have some trouble spots, if you remember. I also remember going to the San Francisco Zoo and we saw some reindeer and we wore little reindeer things in our head, and it was just really fun to be there around Christmas time. I remember for Chinese New Year we made cherry blossoms where we glued popcorn on sticks, and my friend Roman came and we did that. We put it on the wall. That was really fun. I remember Dean Clements was our Sudoku master. He kept doing it all the time and he was always really good at it. And I just remember that you guys were all wonderful students and you made my first year of teaching very interesting and fun. And I can't believe that it's been 6 years already. So I wish you all the best, and I hope that your high school years are full of adventure, and I just want to say hello and congratulations.
Ben Wagner, and when I had you in my class, I was actually Miss Stepka. What I remember about you guys is that you were a very happy and helpful class. I remember that you really liked to help me out with the projects that I had, and you were just a really happy group of kids that really liked being together and working together. And I remember when we went to the zoo, there were reindeer at the zoo, and we all got to wear reindeer antlers around the zoo, so I don't know if you remember that, but I thought that was fun.
You heard songs of the 80s? You heard songs of the 90s? But have you heard of the newest collection out there? Songs of 4th grade! Do you remember classics like the preposition song?
About above, across, after, against, along, around, out, before, behind, below, beneath, beside, between,
And I can't imagine that you can possibly forget classics like Gold Fever, all over the place. Gold Fever, a terrible case. And that's not all. In this collection, you won't only get those two. You'll also get the Helping Bird song. Do, does, did, has, have, had, and a must, can, shall, will, which, whatever it is that art was, were, be, being, been, and you can sing that at all your family birthday gatherings. Not to mention the other classic, the Native American song. They came across the land bridge to get a caribou sandwich. They came across the land bridge, the Indian family. Follow your food. 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 Not to mention, if you call now, we'll give you a second CD that has songs of rock and water like Da moose, swimming in the water, swimming in the water, eating on the supper. Where did you go? Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, he decomposed. Wait, there's still one more song on that rock and water CD that you might just remember. You might remember the chicken song. A happy chicken and a woodland eggs are up, down and sleigh, run the little chicken hot, and the little chicken egg, and the little chicken leg be a hand grenade. So hold down, you can get yourself songs
an adventurous class, and some of my best memories were the O'Neill Sea Odyssey and practicing the Virginia Reel out on the lawn, and then all the games and things we did for colonial days.
Yeah, I think I remember my class as being probably one of the most energetic classes and probably one of the most competitive sports-wise, with Paul and Joe and all these guys in there just going at each other every recess and PE. It's interesting, and I've watched them grow up and watched you guys grow up, and really proud of the way you've turned out, and I really wish you all the best in the future. I think my best memory was the O'Neill Sea Odyssey as well. Probably, I would even venture to say, Long's Marine Lab, that was fun too, because I got some pictures of you guys doing your heads, those little cutouts and things. And I think the Revolutionary War play, that was a hoot, because we dressed up like members of the tribe, and it was all a bunch of fun. And thank you guys for being in our class, and we love you.
Congratulations on your graduation. Love you all.
Best of luck in the future.